the 702 area code. What's up, 702?
Hi, Keith. This is Stacy from Las Vegas.
Hi, this is who?
Stacy.
Oh, Stacy. Hi, how are you? Thank you very much for calling in. What's going on?
Oh, hey. I just had a comment to what your caller was talking about and some information that I kind of wanted to share, you know. The U.S. Constitution only created 537 elected seats of government. 2 of those are in the executive branch. 100 is in the U.S. Senate, and 435 are in the House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a Chief Justice and 8 Associate Justices in the U.S. Supreme Court. What we have, though, is we have 5.6 million employees of the U.S. government in the administrative branch that was never created by the Constitution. So my feel on the whole topic is you can change the senators, you can change the president and the vice president, and the problem is still here because we have millions of employees in an administrative branch of the government that was never set up in the U.S. Constitution.
That's a great point, Stacy. Stacy, you know what? And this is what I was told by people that work in Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, I have a family member of my ex that worked for Governor Richards. I don't know if you know who he is, but when he was in Congress, the joke among the staffers is that the elected officials come through a revolving door, but the staffers are the ones that actually run the place. They just prop up those puppet figure elected officials up out in front, and they just do what they're told.
That is the only reason why this whole New World Order plan, or whatever you want to call it, the only reason why it has been able to continue for so many years, because the faces you see in the media are not the people making the decisions.
Amen to that.
The people making the decisions are the think tanks and all of those in the administrative branch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Even if you want to impeach Obama, then what? You're going to have Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, it's like, I just can't believe they don't get it yet.
But you know what? I think that if the grassroots, tell me if you agree with this, like if, me, you, and Deb, if we really had that type of an impact to where we picked up the phone and we called Congress and we said, all right, it's time to revolt. We demand that you bring articles of impeachment. If there's that grassroots effort that leads a revolt, that it puts the establishment on notice. Let's just make Barack Obama just collateral damage to what we need to do to keep steamrolling the system, to turn it upside down. I really believe that the volatility is necessary, especially with how far gone our constitutional republic is. Do you agree with that?
Well, in a sense, Pete, but let me explain something to you. The Patriots, you ask where the Patriots are. The Patriots go to work for the government. That's why millions of boys join the military, is because they're a patriot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 1.75% of the population being employed by the government.
Yeah, Stacy, that's such a huge point. It's such a huge point. Yep.
Well,
you're right.
And here's another point. The operating budget, if you divide 2015's operating budget was $3.8 trillion is what they spent so far in 2015. If you divide that by the number of employees and elected officials, that's $670,000 per person in the government.
Wow.
The average family does not even make that much money.
Wow.
Okay, if we only had 545 officials, constitutional officials in our government, they could still spend that much, and they would have only spent $369 million this year.
You know what I heard? I heard that. Listen to this. I just brought the report up. It was on freebeacon.com. Listen to this. Government workers make 78% more than the private sector. 78%. That's huge.
And that's how the government has bought their loyalty. Our patriots, so many of our patriots are bought and paid for by the government.
Oh, man, don't we know it? And it shows every time we try to go to a protest. You can always tell the ones who have money in the game. You know, they're the ones who always come out against us and just let us have it if we go up against, let's say, somebody like Arpaio or somebody like, anybody. And, always those ones who are invested in that speak out the loudest against us.
That's correct. And that's because, too, I've heard you guys mention it so many times about the cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
If people admit that there's something seriously wrong with the system of government we have, they would have to come to terms that they play a huge part in it.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be wrong. They really believe they're doing what's best. I mean, this is how they justify getting up in the morning and going to work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even the police state, they suit up and, and they think that they're serving our country, keeping us safe when they bust our door down to go get a pot smoker. I mean, to go SWAT team, somebody put their lives at risk and the lives of the people that they're going to get at risk for a victimless crime. And they think that that's like the American way to do things. And it's not a good thing. And that's not an anti-cop statement.
No.
It's just highlighting the fact that.
You have to realize, too, Pete, that we don't have a problem. We never see President Obama unless it's on TV, okay? The average person has run-ins with the administrative branch of government, the BLM, the IRS, the FBI, all of these alphabet soup departments that make up the administrative department of the U.S. government. These are the people that cause the average person so many problems.
We are so much like Nazi Germany, it's sickening, isn't it?
Well, people can just do your research. All you got to do is Google fourth branch of government. There's so many articles, and if you look back, I've done a lot of research on this, and, Watergate, a lot of people equate Watergate with Nixon being caught breaking in and all this kind of stuff. But if you look deeper, there's something really going on there. And it does equate to the executive branch creating administrative branches of government and giving away their power to these administrative branches of government.
I have a couple of ideas, but I'm not going to share them on air. Do me a favor, send me your contact information to bunker@thepetesantillishow.com. Will you, Stacy?
Sure.
I have a little project I want to involve you in. Okay? Yeah, thank you so much. That's a powerful call, powerful point.
Very.
Really, really powerful. Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, I hope everybody heard exactly what she's saying, because she is right. We're getting to the point now where more people are employed by the government than they are in the private sector. That's why people don't stand up. That's why they don't rally and show up at your protest, because they are afraid they're going to lose their job.
Yeah, that's right. Look at let me go into this report here. This study, and this comes off of the freebeacon.com. Government workers make 78% more than the private sector. Employees for the federal government earn far more than their counterparts in the private sector, according to the new study by the Cato Institute. These people aren't speaking out about constitutionality or unconstitutionality, are they?
Right.
They're not. They're not going to protest.
Right.
They want to protect their jobs.
Sure.
And they're making far more than they ever would if they were to lose their job.
Absolutely.
Right.